like that. That's how I'm keeping track. Okay, so everything is good. So the first one, I had you kind of discuss your small groups, but does anyone want to share out your opinion of the movie and what rating you might give it? Yeah.
I thought it was a really interesting movie, especially because at the end, you would think in a lot of movies the hero usually comes out okay. Like they thought they escaped, but the fact that he was actually lobotomized, and then he got mercy killed.
Yeah.
That was kind of like a twist that you wouldn't really expect, but it still kind of ends up happy because Chief and maybe others get out.
They get out. Good. Yes, Cody.
I thought it was a pretty good movie. The reason why is because when McMurphy, before he got there, they were all really just depressed and really sad with themselves and their situation. But once McMurphy came, their attitudes started to change into more positive ones, especially when they got out.
He had a major impact on the other board members.
And especially their chief as well.
Especially the chief. Yeah. Tommy, did you have a comment?
Yeah, I really liked it. I think the acting was really captivating. I thought everyone did a really good job in making me believe that they're actually crazy.
Yeah.
So I thought it was good.
Yep, I'm a big Jack Nicholson fan. DJ?
Going off what Cody said, even after McMurphy wasn't there for that little part, they were all happy playing cards and everything.
Yeah.
And he had a huge impact on them. Miss Ratchet totally changed after what McMurphy did to her. Her attitude was way better. And
good comment. Good catch, right? Even Miss Ratchet was affected, even in a small way. She was affected by what McMurphy did.
Small way? Her neck was
when
done.
McMurphy was there, she said no more cards or anything like that, no more gambling. But after that happened, they were gambling and playing cards.
Yep. Alex?
What? No, I'm just stretching.
Oh, you're just stretching? Okay. Kelly?
So, with McMurphy and all the bets he made during the movie, they got fulfilled even when it wasn't him that fulfilled them. Like the chief threw the sink or wash out the window and escaped. And he made a bet that he would do that. And I think that kind of had some, Chief kind of did that for him to prove that he actually is the one that actually set all of them free.
Yep. He said, I'm going to take you with me, right? Noah?
Oh,
Are you stretching? Or?
yeah.
Okay. Do you want to say something anyway?
This was a really interesting film. It's not like most films nowadays where it's just simply clear cut, good guys versus bad guys.
Yeah.
And this one, it's really interesting, and it's they make the woman really easy for the audience to dislike a lot, and she didn't really have to do much. She pretty much just had to act, in my opinion, really, really strict math teacher.
Yeah. Okay. For the sake of time, we're going to move on. We are going to go to number 3, and this is an optional write-down question as well. So if you want to respond to this one on the back of your graphic organizer, you can. So was Nurse Ratchet's version of therapy helping the group before Mac arrived? Josiah.
I don't believe that Miss Ratchet's therapy was really helping the group because it was pretty much just, them stating their problems or what they're thinking about. It wasn't really helping them any.
Yeah. Austin.
Yeah, it was more so a dictatorship, leading them under fear, and basically convincing them that they have issues, rather than saying, hey, we can get past this. It was more so, for example, the Billy situation, how she always bring his mother.
Yep.
She knew that was a trigger point for him, and shut him down, basically.
Yep. She just kept going over and over the same things. Max?
Yeah, and they even compared it in the movie because they had the first therapy sit-down session where Mac came in, and then later he comes back from being lobotomized, and he comes back and they're having a therapy session, he joins in, and they all start laughing and having fun. In the first one, they were very serious and stone cold, and then they got angry with each other.
Exactly. Cody?
Also, the other two were saying, with the way she was kind of just putting herself almost as a god in that position as therapy. And then also, after Billy had his one-night stand, I guess, you could tell that his stutter went away. He was so much happier. And then when she brought up his mother again, the stutter came back, and it seemed like it was even worse than it was before.
That is a great catch for this movie. So Billy Bibbitt's stutter is super bad every time he talks to Miss Ratchet. And after he sleeps with Candy and comes out, he has this new confidence. So what is that trying to say about the therapy that she's giving?
It's terrible.
It's bad,
Making
right?
it worse.
Kelly, do you want to add?
Yeah,
And then Michael?
like with the therapy and everything, like everyone thought like Chief was
Not Michael.
Chief was
I don't know where that even came from.
uh,
Sorry, Kelly, continue.
Chief was mute and
Yeah.
like he didn't talk and he was just dumb, but Mac made the connection to Chief, so in like kind of a way Mac gave some therapy to Chief to like let him express himself.
Yeah, last comment on this question?
She just pressed him too hard
Yeah.
and didn't focus on making him better, but kept bringing it back up, their problems.
Yeah. So this ties into our graphic organizer question with the rebellion and what McMurphy really did for everyone. And I think that his methods were more therapeutic than.
Can I please say something?
You want to add one more, TJ?
Yeah,
Okay.
like on that, like most of the people in there were all voluntarily there.
Yeah.
So, and like they could leave whenever they wanted to, but Miss Ratchet was like making them feel like they had problems so they couldn't leave.
Yeah.
So like they didn't feel like they could, but they could at any time they wanted to.
Yep. So you're skipping ahead. Well, that's a good segue into number 5. So why make an inference as to why the voluntary ward members would want to stay there? Yeah. Emily.
So as he was saying, Miss Ratchet kind of made them feel like they had worse problems than they actually did. Like for example, in the first group therapy session, you can see her first example of that when they're talking about how the guy was suspecting his wife was like seeing another man and partying with him. And
Yes, partying.
she was telling him that it wasn't her fault, it was his fault for not being good enough and
Yeah.
for, having his own problems. And then later she tells Billy was telling Mac that he wasn't ready yet, that because she doesn't leave them to think that they will ever be ready.
Yeah.
She just told them they are.
So what we learned from the book that they don't really bring up in the movie is that Harding is a homosexual, but he's married. And that is one of the reasons why he voluntarily goes to the mental institution, is because he doesn't fit into the mainstream society. And this is the 1960s, so fitting in was what you were expected to do. So that's a great catch with Harding and how he wants to stay. Eleanor, and then Caitlin.
I think because of the fact that she, makes them feel like they're inferior or whatever to the rest of the society. Like they don't want to leave because they don't want to feel like they don't not benefit.
Yeah, exactly. Caitlin's next and then Max.
It's not just her emphasizing their problems and making them seem like it's more problems. I think it's also the fear of what's gonna happen if they leave.
Yeah. He doesn't feel like he's ready, and then Harding's afraid of what's gonna happen when he leaves. Max.
It's also, she's ruling them through fear, so leaving is pretty much a direct contradiction to it, saying no, even though you're saying that I'm not ready to go out in the general public, I'm here voluntary, I'm gonna leave. That's a direct contradiction to her power and authority. So I think a lot of them are afraid of doing that for what repercussions they might face.
Yes, good point. Last comment, Cody.
No, hi.
No? Okay, TJ.
I feel like a lot of them stayed in there because
And then Kelly.
they could kind of fit in with all the other people there.
Yeah.
And they didn't feel like they could fit in with the society outside of the hospital. So they felt safe and had friends actually in there. And they felt like when they left they wouldn't have friends to go
Yeah.
to. So they'd be lonely.
True. Kelly, last comment on this question.
So, I felt like kind of what TJ was going off of, they're in a group, but I also like the part when they all went fishing. Like, I don't really see them doing that with anyone else in that, in that whole thing, so, basically they were voluntarily being with people like themselves so they don't feel out of place.
Yeah.
But they still want to get out there and adventure.
True. Very true. Okay, we're gonna go back to number 4. So we are gonna quickly get your opinion. Was he admirable, dangerous, or both? Taylor.
I say both.
Okay.
just because like he helped everybody like get happy
Mhm.
and everything, but at the same time he also just constantly beating people up,
Yeah.
strangling them. So,
Okay. Was it justified though? His strangling?
yeah, but like even before that, like why he was in prison was because of
Yeah.
like assault charges and stuff.
Yep. Caitlin?
I think both, he did some really risky, he
Go
had
ahead.
some really risky behaviors, but then again, I think that he helped each one of them become more individual.
Okay. Good. Dahlia?
Nope, I'm done.
I'll have you in the back of my mind the whole time.
I give up, I'm
Just
done.
answer the
Nope.
question.
Answer.
Come on.
Just do
Come on, Dahlia.
Raise your hand the whole time.
Give me your opinion.
Everyone's already said what I was gonna say, so.
Okay, you got first shot at the next one. Deal?
Okay.
Well, so to me, he wasn't admirable in the beginning because he seemed just some sort of trouble
Mhm.
maker guy that was just probably gonna make everyone a little feel worse. But then, as he was helping patients more, I started admiring him more. And then I believe the hospital or the patients there had an effect on him as well.
Yeah.
Made him a lot more of a better person than he was before he arrived at the institution.
Very good comment. They definitely changed him also. Max.
I think if you look at it instead of in today's perspective, when the book came out, he definitely would have been a more dangerous character because the book came out when that was actually happening. So it would have been, yeah, Nurse Ratched was right to use these methods and everything, and McMurphy is the, like, really
The villain.
rebel. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's actually hurting other patients by doing this.
Good connection there with the time period. Cody?
I would think that McMurphy was more, I wouldn't say ambitious, but when he would have an idea, he would bet on it to make it really say that he's setting a point and that he's going to try to do something to better their situation. But when he said he was going to pick up the wash thing to break the window, it's because he wanted to get out, and then because it seemed like they couldn't get out,
Yeah.
especially with bars closed, so.
Yeah. Okay. Last four, and then we gotta move on because we got a bunch more good questions. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Sorry, Kelly, you got in there too late. TJ.
I feel like when he came on Dangerous, like I felt like he was doing it to like kind of give all the ward members like a rush.
Yeah.
Because like when you do something dangerous, you feel alive, and like you feel like afterwards you're happy because you just did something for the first time.
He was trying to bring life into this lifeless place.
Yeah.
Good. Yes.
I don't think he was really dangerous for bad reasons.
Okay, we're listening.
necessarily.
Over here. Listening. Go ahead.
Like when he strangled Mr. Ratched, that was kind of questionable, but it was not because he just felt like strangling someone, but because she was such a manipulative woman.
Yeah.
And knew that she was doing what she was doing to make the patients go even more crazy. And he had enough.
Yeah, he had enough. Okay, Tommy.
I thought while sometimes his intentions were good, like when he got the fishing, I thought it just ended up being reckless.
Okay. Yeah. Emily, last one on this one.
Alright, I think he started out really dangerous, and didn't really care about, like, society, or about really himself. He just wanted to, get an easy way out a little bit.
Yeah.
But then, the more that he hung out with the inmates, the more he saw about, like, how they were treated, he became a lot more of an admirable character.
Good. So he changed a lot. Keep going.
Oh, and I was just gonna say that even though what he did was reckless, he was kind of treating everyone in the ward to stuff that they thought that they never had.
Yeah. He brought a fresh set of eyes to this ward. Great. So we're gonna dig a little deeper now, and we're gonna skip number 6, and we're gonna go into Chief's decision. So I want you to think about Chief's decision to kill McMurphy. Why do you think he did it? And this one is also an optional write down one. And the writing down in the comments does get you points as well. Just because we don't have time for everyone. Yeah, still 2. So this is an option to write it down. So analyze Chief's decision to kill McMurphy. Why do you think he did it?
Excuse me, Miss Churchill. I believe Dahlia.
Dahlia, yes, first dibs. Correct.
So I think I think he did it just because McMurphy, like, because of his character in general, he was like more of the alive and upbeat kind of person.
Yeah.
And after they did the
lobotomy?
yeah, the lobotomy, he wasn't like himself. So I think he did it because, like, if McMurphy, he probably feels like if McMurphy was like still like there, fully there, that he'd probably do the same thing for one of them. Just because they're not really there anyways, and he's kind of like one of the lively people, so.
Good. Very good comment. Yes.
I feel like he did that to Murphy because he just didn't want him to sit there in the hospital the rest of his life and just be and so he just
Yeah.
put it out of his right.
He says, I'm going to take you with me, right? Yes, very good. Josiah.
I feel like he, kind of going with what Dahlia said, killing McMurphy was because he wasn't himself. He wasn't, because of what they did to him, he wasn't anything anymore. He couldn't make his own like decisions or have his own thoughts anymore. And so by killing him, it would kind of put him like at peace.
Yeah, very good. He was trying to do the best thing for him. Good. CJ. And then Austin.
I feel kind of like Chief did that is because like he said that he was gonna take him with him. So like by killing him, Chief knows that like he'll be by his side in the real world instead of him being hopeless and not living in the hospital pretty much.
Yeah.
So he killed him, and so now his like spirit and everything is by his side through his new life.
Good. Austin, and then Kelly will be last for this one.
Even in the one scene when they're talking about everything he's going to be doing,
That's scary.
but about how he escaped that, even though he still wasn't there, he still hoped, he still some type of life of rebellion. And so the reason why I would kill him was because if the rest of the war had seemed like that after he had done so much for them, that would instill even more fear to why they couldn't leave or rebel. So by rather than seeing him a zombie like lifeless, they can see him dead rather than what really happened.
Yeah. I think that's like, sorry, I don't want to interrupt you. Go ahead.
Black James lost this, the train left the station.
Okay. So that's a really good comment that Austin made, that part of the reason that Chief might have killed McMurphy is because he didn't want the other ward members to see him like that, and for them to lose hope in themselves. Because I think McMurphy gave them a lot of hope while he was there, that they can live exciting, happy lives, and seeing him as that vegetable definitely would hamper that.
And that busted the window probably really pushed that last little person hope. Everyone celebrated, rather than if you hadn't killed them, everyone would have been very depressed, back into their regular day. Even Miss Ratchet would have returned back to her normal.
Maybe. Yeah. Cody?
I think he knows Chief did it because I think he wanted to remember McMurphy before he was a vegetable. Actually, so everyone else could remember him as that, and not someone that couldn't do anything anymore for his
Good. Okay. Number 8, you can also write down for points, okay? Critique McMurphy's character. Do you think he was mentally ill? Think for a second. Was he mentally ill? Dahlia.
I don't think he was like, I don't think he was mentally ill. I think he just had one of those personalities that was just really outgoing and kind of, not like just have really outgoing personality as to where he wasn't like making the best decisions, but he wasn't like not comprehending what he was doing. He knew what he was doing, he just chose to do it out of like trying to have fun and be like.
Good. Kelly?
I don't think he was mentally ill either. He did this, he expressed himself in those ways, like taking everyone out for the trips so he could stay in there and have a jolly time, not to prove that he's insane or anything like that. And also, he also did it for, like, he got more and more mentally ill, I guess you could say, more and more part of the group as he spent time. That's why, like, in the beginning, he was really mad that he had to stay there. Because he only had like 68 days left in prison.
Yeah.
So.
He didn't realize that his 68 days left in prison didn't carry over to the mental institution, and that Miss Ratched held all the power. So that definitely changed his mind a little bit. Okay, Max and then TJ.
I don't think he was actually mentally ill. I think he had a skewed sense of risk versus reward. And I think God came into prison in the first place, and it prompted his entire transferring to the mental ward. So he doesn't have like a stutter like Billy did, or he doesn't have a really obvious problem, at least in the movie shows.
There's no clear problems like you saw with some of the other characters, right? Good, TJ.
Like, he wasn't really mentally ill because, you know, he wasn't like suicidal or like anything like that. He was just more dangerous to like his surroundings and like his society and everything. So they kind of felt that he was mentally ill because he was so like dangerous to people.
Yeah.
So.
Good. Cody, last one.
Well, I actually have just a question.
Okay.
Like, why was the general in there?
I can't hear you, I'm sorry.
Why was the general in the psych ward?
The general is really unclear. He was the one in the wheelchair.
Yeah.
And it's really unclear what he has. But it could be post-traumatic stress disorder.
Because it looks like...
Because he doesn't talk a lot, and...
Because that could also mean he's just an elderly person as well.
And another question, I mean, you could ask that about a lot of characters. You could say, why is Chief really there? Everyone thinks he's mute and dumb, but he's not. So how did he get there? And how did Harding get there? I know that he's there voluntarily, but what led him in his life to come to that situation as the best outcome? So there's a lot of questionable fine line between what does it really mean to be crazy, quote unquote. Okay? Which brings us to the big question of the movie. Why doesn't McMurphy leave when he has the chance? Taylor.
I think he cared too much about everybody, especially Billy.
Yeah.
Like when Billy pulled him aside and talked to him for a while and ended up not leaving. So I think he's Billy.
Yeah. Josiah?
When McMurphy first got to the psych ward, he's kind of, you know, just like, oh, look at all these vegetables type attitude. And then, but throughout the movie, he develops a real clear relationship with all of the people in there.
Definitely.
And so he had the chance to leave, but as soon as he saw that something had happened to Billy, he knew that he had to go to Billy because he had developed that relationship with him.
Great, so his relationships, definitely a good point. Dahlia?
Like they were saying, like, because their relationship when he went to go see Billy, it was kind of what led him to strangle Miss Ratched, because he like put the connection together that it was like her fault that he even like went in there and tried to killed himself.
Yeah.
So he just like, it kind of was like out of like having a connection with them, and then out of anger because it was what caused him to strangle Miss Ratched.
Yeah. Austin, and then Max.
Well, when he first came to the prison, it was for selfish reasons in order to get away from going to prison in a sense. So, and you could tell, by the way, that he interacted with the ward members. He came in very manipulative, I should say that, because he was learning everyone's tells by, you know, playing with cards or simply just talking with them. He was learning simply to get his way out and the best of the situation he was in. But then later on, they ended up changing him, vice versa, while he changed them as well. And that's why they have a big, huge close-up of his face. It's a big contemplative moment of, because he could have left, he could have jumped right out that window and let everyone else get in trouble and be on his merry way with the two women of his, Candy and Rose. But he didn't. He ended up falling asleep, which kind of makes you think, did he do that because he was drunk, or did he do that because he didn't actually, that was his choice, he didn't want to leave?
That's an excellent question. Max?
I think the other reason is because right as he's about to jump out, he hears that scream and he turns around and it's clear that something has happened with one of his inmates or board members, I guess. And I don't think he could have looked at himself, as other people possibilities, but he's generally a good person, and I don't think it's something that he would have done to leave one of his friends in peril like that.
Definitely. Yes, last comment.
I just thought that you wouldn't wanna leave any of them behind. You know,
Yeah, you didn't want to leave the group behind. Good. So the last question I want you to write on the back of your graphic organizer. I think we get out in 1 minute or what time do we get out? Now. Quickly jot down on the back, number 10. What is the movie trying to say about mental institutions? And then please hand that to me as your exit ticket out the door. Great discussion. Thank you.
Hey, Debbie. Yes.
Good day.
I'm going to see if Kathy's PA and I can do some sniffing up on her.
Okay.
You know, where's all yourself? You don't even know? Alright.
Appreciate the help.
Okay, thank you.
You did?
Is this yours?
Yep.
Okay. It was on the floor, on the feet. What? You want the rest of my excursion?
Tomorrow, 10, something.
Yeah, I will not give
Okay.
Sound like you're over there.
I thought you said like she just said
I'll just restrain. What?
Like you're party king.
That'd be impressive.
You don't want cannabis on your
Sorry, Diane.
Is this still young, this one?
You want that still young?
No. Will you shut the screen?